So, welcome back to this world, and said I was going to show the inside in this next video, but before we do that, a quick reminder of this is what the outside of this hill looked like before I started, and this is what it looks like now. Now you can see through the windows a little sneak peek of what's inside, and again, before we go in, keeping the suspense going. Oh, sorry, that's an intermediate view of what it looked like with a different texture pack, one of the photorealistic type ones, and this was the tower as it had started, which I've shown you now. This was all played without any cheating, switching to creative mode or things up until beyond this point. And inside looked like this, as I showed you on the first video, with all this, which made me think of having an indoor swimming pool and building the house inside. So without further ado, let's have a look at where I ended up. Oops, I let it back to game. In we go. Welcome to my humble abode. Okay, there we go. Take it all in. Enjoy. Yeah, right. Okay, so quite pleased with this floor texture. It's a mixture of furnaces and stone blocks, which I think gives a nice texture. The swimming pool, as you can see, has become a lot more tamed than it was instead of filling up this whole area. This bit from about here onwards was wall before I started. This was the area where I mined some coal, which then became an area for doing the crafting and putting some chests to store things. Here's the swimming pool then. A little dining area. This is in mind. It's supposed to be a small table, a breakfast nook sort of thing, with a carpeted area, and through to a kitchen. I've left a hole. Ignore that. The hole's not there. That's from some recent work I've been doing. Under construction. Sneaky peek of redstone. Okay, we have a furnace here going up to a chimney which appears outside. We have a worktop, a sink complete with a tap, and washing machine, dishwasher, call it what you will, that's what's supposed to be there. This, up until recently, was there, but annoyingly that redstone kept triggering this and irritating me, so it had to move. This is supposed to be a double height fridge, freezer, and some cupboards, this one for storing food, and this one for nothing yet. It will be at some point. And this is some shelves around the edge. So interior design to the max, as you might say. Nice window looking out at the tree farm. And I'll show you the view from outside through here. So again, the hill's pretty much the same. It's just the bit around the door which has changed, and the chimney, and of course that big monstrosity tower which is up there, which, to be honest, now I've got the map and the compass, I don't need, but once it's built, I'm reluctant to demolish it. Ideally, I'd rather have left this looking more as it was when I started, but I was so paranoid about getting completely lost and not finding my way back that's what resulted. Okay, so that's it for the outside. More of the inside. These little welcome mats is what I think of these. Right, so this there is an ascent into the tower. Chandelier. There are lots of hidden doorways, secret entrances, that sort of stuff, which I'll be showing you. Some of them I'll be skipping past because they'll make sense as I go round the tour of the house to see them from the other side. But I will point out that this will be a doorway a bit later on, and that will be a doorway as two examples. So I'm going to start off by showing you the bedroom, but just before that, a few before shots of how this place used to look in progress. So this was after I'd hollowed out the inside of this room to start with. I did have in mind this being a diving board into the swimming pool. You can see the bedroom area which I'd built off to that side, and nothing really where the kitchen is or any of this bit, all that had to get hollowed out. Another view looking back at the crafting area. That's how it started off looking, with the furnaces and a few chests. And this is with a other texture pack looking back through the window. This was a bit after, when I'd figured out putting the grass blocks in there to get that, but before I'd decorated it to make it look more like a window box. This was the kitchen area as it started off. Started off being carpeted with grass, which I thought looked quite good, but decided the green wool looked better later on. The entrance to the bedroom, and then back to the game to show you what the bedroom looks like now. Ta-da! Yeah, okay. Right, so it's not a huge bedroom, but it is decked out with a chair to work at a desk with bookshelves. Decor on the wall, of course. Potted plants, lighting, a chest, which I've never actually used. And that's it. So it started off just as a hollow space. And then there's this bit, which looks a little odd. If you think of this as a wardrobe that you can walk into, I do hope that rain's not too loud. It'll have to do. But again, secret entrance number 1. This lever here opens that, but you'll see you still can't get in. That's because it's a 2-stage door. So before we can go any further, I will show you the second part of that. So this is the entrance to the mine. I showed you this on the first video by just flying through the wall to where this ends up. But for now, I'm only going to go this far. Open up that. Open the second lever, which will have now completed opening the entrance through the secret wardrobe. Okay, so that's secret entrance number 1. This comes down here into an underground area, which I'd never really figured out what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an underground playroom type thing, put poker table, that sort of stuff in, but never quite finished off the decor in here. But what there is another secret entrance-ish here, which descends down into what's intended to be a maze. Now, it's got to be one of the simplest mazes in the world. Start with its dead end there. There's a switch here. Doesn't make any difference as far as you're concerned at this point. And there's a switch here. This switch opens the first stage of the maze. So now when you come back around here, ta-da, you can now get through. And now you can get to the crafting table. Not the crafting table, the enchantment table. But bit of a dead end, bit strange. So we go back and we flick another switch. And we can now get through to this area, which opens up into, ta-da, a black room. Through here is the other related area to the enchantment things, which is the I've forgotten what this is called. I'm going to call it the brewing stand. That'll do. I can't remember what it is offhand. With a crafting table if you need it, water in a cauldron, supplies, and at this point, of course, to get these, I was using creative mode and just adding them in just to populate it. So that's it for there. Secret number 3, 2, whichever it is. There's an exit up through the waterfall there and through the roof, but I'm not going to show you that bit now. I'm going to come back to that bit later when it makes more sense. So for now we shall exit the black maze. Up the ladder. Close that. And back up the stairs into the bedroom.